You've done tremendous.
It's been the morning's worst.
Yeah.
The morning's worst. Once I'm in flow, I just feed on your energies.
I've been with you since 6:30 this morning. I've not missed a minute.
Absolute legend. You enjoyed it?
Oh, mate, I've cried 4 times. I'm not going to lie. Literally stopped crying about 3 minutes ago.
It's just lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, I cried at Jamie Archer.
Yeah.
Which I normally do.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, I've lost train of thought now. Courtney.
Oh, my. Yeah, my dad.
Which was just unreal.
Just beautiful.
Oh, absolutely incredible.
That's what
woman.
this is about.
Oh,
just that alone is what this is about.
That beautiful letter you read out this morning, that just got me massively. And then, Mr. Whitney, who makes me cry every time I see him. Just looking at him.
just looking at him. Okay, well, look, for those who don't know who Luke is, I mean, I don't know if anyone who has any social media platform installed or has any interaction with Shifties or St. Neots generally is in that boat. But if anyone who doesn't know who Luke is, who's Luke? What's For Men to Talk? And what's this thing?
Wow, yeah. So For Men to Talk, 2 years old now.
Wow.
Can't believe how quick that has gone.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. On December 2019.
Phenomenal. That's an amazing achievement.
Christmas Eve I started it. So, for me, you might know my background for those who don't. I lost my mum and sister to cancer over the last 16 years. Obviously left me massive anxiety, grief, slight OCD as well. Didn't realise I had until I started journaling. But I'm open with it. I can always talk to any person on the street, and that could be family, friend, stranger. And I know it's hard for us men to do that, especially. So I formed For Men to Talk on Christmas Eve 2019. Wow. And I put on a little cafe meeting, got the cafe closed down for us, which was nice for them in Jones Cafe in Biggleswade. Expecting 3 or 4 men for the door, which I thought, absolutely fine. It'd be fantastic. Not a problem at all. As long as I could help at least, 1 or 2 people. I mean, I had 23 people through the door. Wow. It's like, oh my word. So continued with that till March. And then this little word called COVID crept in. I'm not sure if anybody's heard about it, but
the Rona.
Yeah. So we moved it virtually, and we've been on virtual every Wednesday, 6 p.m. ever since then. Still going now, and obviously we're back to physical meetings. We do 2 physical meetings in Biggleswade still. Yeah. One at St. Neots Golf Club, thanks to Steve, and that's tomorrow night, 6 p.m.
Nice, yeah.
Nice little plug.
Absolutely.
And then, decided to do a walk and talk one now on Biggleswade. Success of St. Neots, and that's where I met Steve and joined in. I thought I'd try and do one from Biggleswade, and we had a bit of it was a mad week last week.
You had the ITV out, man.
Had ITV out, yeah. So, so for you, what you said about the social media, for me, I social media guru, so I was always designing and publicising it, and got people to sign up for MailChimp. Thought I'd had on ITV, BBC Three Counties Radio, all those as well. Yeah. And ITV Anglia News heard of it and come along and filmed us, and it was just fantastic. And again, that's publicity for our group.
That's great. That's great, man. Well, I was just, you do amazing things. And it's great that, 2 years. So that's 2 years since registered as a CIC?
No, 2 years since the actual group set up. CIC was August of 2020. So still nearly 18 months ago.
Yeah, blimey. Yeah, that's amazing, dude.
Well, amazing. But the thing is as well with the CIC is that I had I've got a group of non-executive directors, and it's people I've met through Shifties. A lot of them through Shifties.
Yeah, of course.
Justin Lee's on there, Steve Whitney's on there, Ian Payne and James as well done.
Yeah.
So it's just incredible.
It's great, man. But it just shows like enterprise is about value and solving problems for people.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's what you've got. You've developed an enterprise that enables an opportunity for people to come and talk, and that is just exactly what we bloody need.
Well, yeah. And I'll tell you what I've done. Do you know what I did I think it was just before Christmas, I actually praised myself. And I tell the group a lot that they need to look in the mirror and just praise yourself. I did that for the first time in many years. Just before Christmas, I looked at what the group has achieved and what I've helped achieve. And I'm really proud of myself.
Good.
I'm really proud of myself because I breathed that one in. I'm allowing men to talk, and it's what it's all about. I don't want people to lose their loved ones like Steve, and I don't want them to lose loved ones. I want men to be able to talk and to be able to do it freely. And I've met the most wonderful men. Yeah, thanks, Ian. High chair. Honestly, it's just that never ends, does it? But no, but it's allowing men to be open, and it should be like that.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, I've met the most wonderful men and friendships through it. And we do have such a laugh as well. So not only do we talk about, how we are getting on, how we're doing, I'm feeling a bit low, so how can I improve myself? But we talk about films and football, and obviously my Liverpool shirt, and I'll get some stick for that on Wednesday on the virtual meetings. But it's things like that. It's a friendship, so it brings positive vibes, and that's what again it's all about. It's being happy. Life is very, very short, and we need to be happy.
Yeah.
So if laughing or giggling, it's just brilliant.
No, it's
Absolutely
amazing,
brilliant.
man. So I seen you everywhere. Like you're a relentless connector of people in the sense that, like, you're first to everything. You're like when it comes to shifties, and just tying this back to the shifty stuff. Like you're everywhere. You're always on it. You're always involved. You're always getting stuck in because because of that.
I'm willing to learn. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Again, I still have to try and pinch myself. Is for men to talk to business. I have no idea how to run a business. Absolutely,
you do.
Oh, I do sort of, but then I've got the accounting side of things. There might be a little bit of a plug for somebody. Come and reach out to me. I need an accountant. I need to do my books for May. But that's what I mean. So I have to get involved with things like this. So I want to continue to learn.
Yeah.
I always do. And again, I learned so much from all the challenges you guys put on.
You love a challenge.
Oh, I do. Like
you
the
love a
to-do listed book from Justin. I'm not kidding you. It's a bit of a giggle on our for Men to Talk virtual meetings, because I always say to do a to-do list. And the amount of guys who've now taken that on board as well, and it's improved their mental health, it sorts me out no end. Honestly, it's absolutely brilliant. And again, like the launch challenge. I was thinking, I want to get involved in these challenges, but I don't want to launch another business. So to launch the book.
This was great because I knew when I designed the launch challenge that we would have about 80% dropout because it was intense.
Yeah.
Like that's, we've proven a point. You can, like, Dan was on here earlier, right? We were saying, like, anyone can start a business. Anyone can start a business.
Yeah.
And it will only take you 10 days if you want it. And with your energy, you threw at this. You crowdfunded that.
Yeah, but I think I was quite fortunate as well, because I already had a lot of the.
Yeah, you had your assets.
Yeah, but I had to redesign them. So for anybody who don't know, I've launched this mental health molds book, and it only was social media posts to go out every day. 2 cartoon molds, not hedgehogs, by the way, Steve Whitney. Just talking to each other about different mental health subjects. And it used to go out every Monday and just talking about different mental health subjects. So to put this launch challenge in, I just made him into a book and designed a few more. And it's absolutely boomed.
It's been brilliant,
absolutely, honestly, it's been so successful. But again, I can't help but thank you guys enough for giving me the opportunity to launch it. And
you did it literally, man.
I know, but I wouldn't have had an idea of how to do it. But again, my number one rule in life, not just business but personal, is asking questions.
You're definitely good at that.
Well,
you ask all the questions, man.
But that's what the problem is. If I don't know the answer, I need to ask someone. So for me now, the way that for Men to Talk is as a business is that I still, I've got a little bit of donations in, but I need to make that as a full-time career. Yeah. So I asked the question late last year to a friend of mine from Derby, who knew my brother randomly, to help me out with a template of who sent to the funders, and so she's helped me out. I've now reached out to those possible funders. A lot of the grants out there haven't come back to me yet. No. So my next question would be to her is it's not working. Is there something we can do different? I might do that, or I might go to somebody else who might be who can help me out with. I have to ask questions to succeed, and that's in life, and like I said, life and personal.
I think there's a lot to be learned from that for those that are listening to that, because I've always pitched as you know, I put myself in uncomfortable positions like you do.
Yeah.
I made a whole career out of it. From being a father at 14 years old, you've got no choice but to just get out there and do your thing. So I've always pitched myself as a curious beginner. And I think you're in that category of just like, I don't give a shit, man. No shame. I'll ask those stupid questions all day long. I think there's a lot something. We had Anne Bailey on this morning,
Mm.
CEO of Form the Future. I mean,
Oh my word! By the way, she's amazing.
she's a phenomenal human, and the work they do with young people, like she inspired me to get involved in working with young people in schools. Like, amazing, and it's something that is clear as daylight to me. We don't celebrate curiosity enough, especially in this country, for the same reason that we don't talk enough as men.
Mm-hmm.
Curiosity is such a crucial part of our, and it's kicked out of us on the way up through the school system. It's absolutely kicked out of us. But some of us, we just don't care. We just carry on asking.
It's not about not caring. Well, it is about caring. It is caring because you're passionate about getting the end goal that you want to achieve.
Yeah. You're happy to sacrifice your own, humility, whatever that situation. I don't literally don't. I mean, Christine would tell you, I don't care. I'll just go out. If I see something, I want it, I'll just ask a question.
Well, again, but you're engaged. Yeah. I'm married. You want to spend the rest of your life with Christine. I want to spend the rest of life with Hayley. So you have to ask the question to her.
Yeah. If you don't ask, don't get.
Exactly.
I do that on holiday. We were in Spain. We were in Greece with Christine's family. I do this all the time. There's a dude with a yacht on the bay. So I said to my family or Christine's family, I'm going to go and get on that boat. What do you want about? I said, well, he's got a yacht. Like, he bought it to show off.
Yeah.
Like, if I ask him if I can go see the yacht, he's going to say yes. So I walk straight over there. Excuse me, can I come and see your yacht? And yeah, absolutely.
Well, he's substitute for something, isn't he?
Exactly. He want to show off, doesn't he? You don't ask, don't get. I think there's a lot to be learned from that. Today we talked a lot about, different mindset kind of strategies, tools. We shared a lot of really personal stories, but some of the absolute fundamentals that I think people can take from just you and your presence and what you stand for and who you are. It's that curiosity, it's the hunger, it's the passion for human connection.
Oh, absolutely. And again,
you love people, don't you?
Oh, I love people. The probably reason why I've actually watched every minute since 6:30.
Yeah.
But I've been working at home as well, so I'm watching it from home. And one of the reasons why is I love learning. I love hearing people's stories, and I think that's key in life.
Yeah, it is.
And again, say for instance, tomorrow, Fermented Talk does not get any funding for the next year, 2 years. My profit is still seeing every single man who comes on to my calls. And the reason why, or comes to physical meetings as well, the reason why is because they are looking to improve themselves.
Yeah.
And I've done that. I've helped them trying to do that. The biggest first step is huge. So if the first time they come onto a call or come to a walk or come to the meeting, physical meeting, it's huge. But once you get over that, it's just incredible. The amount of stories I could tell you, which I won't, about the men who have been with my journey for the last 2 years is absolutely incredible. You see from where they were to where they are now. It's unbelievable, and it's a testament of mental fitness.
Yeah, it is.
It is, because they need to put things in place to make them feel better.
Are you given the phenomenal change that's kind of taken place? Steve alluded to it, Justin alluded to it earlier. 2-3 years ago, all of this support just wasn't around. Like, there wasn't for men to talk. There wasn't a walk and talk.
No.
Jamie wasn't as present as he is now in the marketplace doing what he's doing. Are you optimistic about the future in that sense, in terms of, because you can look at it 2 ways, right? Because you could look at it 2 ways. You could look at it as, wow, amazing, 33 men turned up to walk and talk.
Yeah.
And 33 people required the needs to do that. And then that, for me, as take it right down the line, it serves both. Yep. So if you look at it like this, I do believe that, from my own experience in engaging both in your services and in what Steve and Justin are doing, it's an 80-20 thing.
Yeah.
80% of people there are just there to give. Like, I feel like they're naturally, subconsciously just there to give.
But that's not a bad thing either.
No.
And I think what I've learned as well from doing this the last couple of years is that, we've all got mental health.
Absolutely.
We all haven't got mental health illness. So for those who don't know the difference, with mental health illness, it's the effect of your mental health on your day-to-day life. Is it affecting you to the point you can't do a certain thing?
Yeah.
So for people going for a walk or come to me, it could be a number of things. they're suffering with. Perhaps they're just lonely. Perhaps they live on their own, or just lonely in a relationship. It could be that they're stressed out from work. It could be a relationship struggle. It could be a number of other things. There's hundreds and hundreds of mental health illnesses out there, different variations. So by going for a walk with other men, or coming to talk to other men, they're releasing something.
Yeah.
Which it's like Steve said.
I leave feeling absolutely energized.
Oh, and I tell you what,
time.
from a selfish point of view, it helps me no end for my own. If you say about mental fitness, what you're dealing with, my mental fitness is helping other people.
Yeah,
that's mine. And again, it could be as simple with your mental fitness where you're feeling a bit down. It might not be going for a run. It might not be exercise. It might just be going for a bit of a longer sleep. Yeah. It could be watching your favorite film on TV. It makes you laugh, or something you really enjoy doing. Your favorite film. Well, if it works and it improves your mental health, do it.
Absolutely.
Honestly, it's that plain and simple. But I tell you what's not been discussed as much today, which is not a criticism at all. Please don't say that.
No, absolutely.
That's come out wrong. Is we need to start grassroots at children.
Absolutely.
They need to, and I tell you, it's starting to. I've got twin boys who are 11, and they have started talking about it at school. And Jamie said about earlier, me and Jamie talk about a lot, is that we have mental health check-ins with our boys. All three of them, got a 22-year-old as well. And we sit them down and say, look, are you okay? And again, are you okay? And I think it's been there with them, on a weekly basis, obviously daily basis, but a weekly basis. We take them to one side. Are you okay? Is there anything going on at school, we can help you out with, or other thing you're going through? If we start doing it at grassroots, it's the best thing. Just like the mental health monks book came completely out of the blue for me and kids. Because I always, it wasn't really, I always assumed that it was going to just be going to the, men because of my fermented talk group. Didn't think about the feedback I got from people who have read it, put it on a table, giving it to their children, a child. They've read it and it's started a conversation in their family about mental health. It's absolutely just incredible.
I've seen it firsthand, people engaging with it in the sandbox, but people will go over and pick up, and it's usually the youngsters.
Is it? Yeah. See, I love that. And again, I think that's my next step. If I'd love, and have been pitched to take it into schools.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how you go on. But it's true. I mean, I've got 18-year-olds. Yeah. How old are yours?
Two of them, obviously 11, because they're twins, and the 22-year-old.
Yeah, so you see across the board. But I mean, I think, the discussion around young people and their mental health and the awareness around the conversation. I think quite honestly, your kids are extremely lucky to have you around because you're so aware.
Yeah.
And the same with Jamie. It's difficult thinking about the work that teachers have to do. And, my stepmom's has been a teacher for a long time. I sit and work as close as I can to the education system as possible. There's so much they have to do. There's so much that they need to be doing, and the resources are so finite.
Oh yeah, but I'm not saying it has to be at school.
No, that's what I mean. But at home as well, not everyone has that. So it's a complex beast. It's easier for us to engage, I think, with men because you can get them. You can do a Jamie, and on a construction site, say, right, lads, in here, or we're in the football, like when we played football yesterday, we're in the changing room, we were having a conversation. You kind of got kids really hard to engage with, especially if you're external. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had Concrete Rose on this morning. We had and KD from Romsey Mill. KD said the same thing. We were talking about music, right?
I love KD.
Amazing, right? What a guy. But something that I know that Romsey Mill, which is why I've got so much love for Romsey Mill, and why that we've chosen them as a charity to try and work with our Ignite program, is because they make it very, very clear that conversation, any of that conversation, only really happens after a year, 2 years of engagement, positive engagement directly with that young person. It's such a hard beast to tackle.
But then at the same point, do you think it could be if you started literally almost from toddler age?
If you did that, it was part of the education system. I mean, look, we come on the education system, and I'm happy to, look, the education system for me needs to be remodeled. It doesn't serve there's actually I'm going to put a graphic on the screen. I've been waiting to put this graphic on the screen. I've been looking for an excuse to do this for a while. There's this problem, and this works for me across everything. I showed Danny B this the other day, and I think she kind of validates it for me. I hope everyone can see that, and it's football related, so it helps. But there's a lot of conversation around equality, and that's the assumption that everyone benefits from the support in equal treatment. And as you can see, they don't.
No.
So then the next layer is equity, which is something we talk about a lot. I'm a big believer in equity for everyone to get the same result. And that gets you, whilst there is a stigma, whilst there is a problem, whilst there is a barrier, equity for me is the right level of support.
Is that like sets? So say like in a maths, you have set 1, 2, and 3.
Absolutely.
So literally the bottom tier haven't really got a chance.
Well, I mean, in from an equity standpoint, they get extra support to bring them up.
Yeah.
They bring them up to the same level. But the ultimate for me is that on the right, if you look at the right side, and I'd really welcome people's comments on this. Like, this is just a thought piece. It's not, this isn't the answer to everything. But, if all three can see the game without any support, then the cause of the inequity was addressed and the systemic barrier has been removed, right? That for me is the ultimate aim of the game, is how do we, and we're doing it. And people like yourself, Danny B, all of these CPSL minds, Steve, Justin, all of these, and it's one from someone from outside looking in. I feel like I'm there with you guys, supporting you in there, but seeing how things have evolved in the conversation around mental health over the last 5 years, I'm quite optimistic that barrier can be removed completely.
Absolutely.
And then we don't need to, for me, it's a shame that we need to have that.
I think COVID, it sounds a ridiculous thing to say, but COVID's helped us for our mental discussion, because we've all suffered in lockdown and still suffering with certain aspects of lockdown as well from that. And obviously the pandemic now, a lot more people are now talking about how they're feeling. Yeah. And that's helped it slightly. And I'll say so-called celebrities out there who are starting to talk a lot more about their mental health. That helps as well. Yeah. We do have that facade of people, celebrities who, go on Instagram, and sometimes they do the worst things, but sometimes they do the best things. Yeah. The likes of Chris Hughes from Love Island. I can't believe I'm saying Love Island because I've never watched it. But
that's fine, man. It's your thing, man.
Professor Green. I've met him. He's a great guy. Yeah. But the likes of those people talking about their mental health, and if it's going to
gives you permission. It gives you permission.
Absolutely.
And I think that's key. And what you're doing for your kids is you're giving them permission. All of the conversations we've heard today around that kind of transition, that when kids are having a conversation, you're giving them permission to have the conversation.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's a wonderful thing.
And one of the best things in the world was my boys buying a book off me. Yeah. They wouldn't have one. They wanted to donate to what I was doing from their pocket money. They took it to their school and they read a few chapters out in the school. That's awesome. And I'm thinking that's just exactly what I want, because it shows that they believe in what I'm doing. Yeah. Which is the best feeling in the world of being a dad.
There's so many people that believe in what you're doing, bro.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know that.
I've got so much love for what you do.
I can't thank, obviously, yourself enough, but also so many people from Shifties, too many to mention.
But I can see them in the comments.
Sarah Auntie as well. We worked really hard together on both aspects of our business last year, and we still communicate occasionally on the WhatsApp to check it, self in. And Matthew again, he's helped me out. There's been loads of people. We're a friendship, and Justin said that we're not just a community. We are a friendship. We're a family, and we do look out for each other. I class you as a good friend of mine.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Even if you've got a terrible shirt on.
No problem, Dad.
I love it. The kids on YouTube as well. Look, it's awesome, man. Well, look, dude, I've only got one more question to ask you, as you know.
That's 2, isn't it? Can I have it red, please?
It's got to stay, man.
What?
This is in honor. This is absolutely. I can't after Courtney put that out. I just feel like it makes sense that needs to stay to the end.
If that's a good point, if Courtney's done that, we'll leave that there because she's amazing.
That is to represent. I mean, that right there is a conversation that needs to be had.
Oh, 100%. It's like I wrote earlier. It's all about. There will be no discrimination, no matter what gender you are, no race you are.
Absolutely.
And no way for disabilities. Absolutely. Should be absolutely the same as us.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree. So I will ask you, What are you most excited about in 2022?
Progress from asking questions.
Of course you are.
Of course I am.
You just can't stop asking
I
questions.
can't ask questions. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I got so much time for you, bro.
And you, mate. Thanks very much. Honestly, again, I would not be in this position without your help last 2 years. I genuinely mean that as well.
Well, Shifties wouldn't be doing what it does if people like you weren't engaging with it and getting the results. So, you give me purpose in the same sense.
Appreciate that. Thanks very much.
Love it. Brilliant. Well, look, I'm going to have you and I'm going to have Justin and Steve back at 9:30.
Yeah.
You have already heard what I want to read out, but I want to.
Oh, I'm going to have to get a tissue again, aren't I?
But it's important.
Oh, very much important again.
I think it's really important. And it really, for me, at the end of the night as well, it just encapsulates everything what today's about. So
Absolutely.
I'm going to do that.